Can please stand? Pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Mrs. Anderson.
Here.
Mr. Anthony.
Here.
Mr. Yoho, here. Mrs. Zabin. She is here.
She's here.
She's in the office.
Need a motion to dispense with the reading of the February 2022 minutes and accept them as presented in the record of proceedings. A copy of the minutes and approved in final form can be requested from the fiscal office.
Motion?
Second.
Mrs. Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Anthony.
Yes.
Mr. Yoho, yes. The current fund balances for the month ending February 28, 2022 were presented. Motion to accept financial report.
Motion?
Second.
Mrs. Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Anthony.
Yes.
Mr. Yoho, yes. Communications.
Couple of things I have is we're going to have a volunteer day for cleanup on May 14th, Saturday, May 14th. That will include community center and the Brookside Park. So if anyone's interested, please get a hold of me or get a hold of our road superintendent. Appreciate any volunteers. Usually we have anywhere from 7, 8, 9 people for that day. Consists of raking the leaves, doing some painting, hauling some trash, whatever we can get our hands into. So the day is being sponsored by the Trumbull Geauga Trumbull, and we have vests and we have pickup tools and we have gloves and everything and trash bags, so we don't need anything now. We just need people. So if you guys are able to do that, that would be greatly appreciated. The other thing I have is we just got word today that we did receive the $11,800 grant from Geauga Trumbull for our improvement at the drop-off recycling site down here on West Market Street, so that's a good thing. And Joe, I want to thank you for your help on that too. You too, Benny. Sorry. Normal beer had surgery today. Other communications, you want to do this? Sure. Well, we normally do this at the end, but we're going to do this during the communications part on there. What we want to do here is we want to recognize one of our police officers for a very admirable event that occurred in his actions. And I'm just going to really bring him up here. Billy, where you at? Chief, why don't you come up too? I'll split the two. I'm going to read what the plaque says. It's from the Warren Township Board of Trustees. Recognizes that on February 20th, 2022, Officer William Wingate performed a life-saving measure on a township resident that suffered a gunshot injury, which without the quick response of Officer Wingate, the resident would, Wiggin, the resident would have lost his life. The Warren Township Board of Trustees recognize your service and dedication and would like to honor you with this award. What I'd like to put to that is he's been with our department for, what now?
3 years?
3 years. And it's something like this that exemplifies not only our department, but the direction of our chief. And we're very proud to have him as a police officer, and anytime you can save a life, which is the victim here?
I don't see Jeff.
He was supposed to be up there.
He was going to come, but I don't think he made it.
And he pretty much advised all of us that if it wouldn't be for his efforts and his actions, that he wouldn't be here today. And hopefully he's on route now, I believe en route, changing his life because of the actions of one of our police officers. So on behalf of our board, we're very proud to present you with this plaque. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
You get it.
Do you want to be here? Yeah.
No, that's it.
We'll help you hold the phone. And last one. Thank you.
Okay, it's okay.
All right, department head reports. Police Chief Benjamin Tejero.
This report is for the month of February. Warren Township Police Department handled 444 calls of service. Out of them, 444 calls of service. We had 30 incident reports, 9 arrests, 6 warrants, 6 crash reports, 6 towed vehicles, and 5 citations. That's all I got for you.
Thank you. Fire Chief Joseph M. Nadai.
Total calls for February were 108. We had 13 crashes, 6 fires, 80 EMS calls, 3 trees and wires down. We actually had 2 building collapses, but they were mutual aid calls that we went to, and 1 water or alarm drop and 2 water rescues. So,
Thank you. Road Superintendent, Cemetery Section, Joseph P. Officer.
First off, I'd like to thank all the residents that called, texted, messaged, cards, everything. When I was off, I had COVID. Your thoughts and prayers really got me through everything, and I deeply appreciate that, and I especially appreciate Benny for checking on me every day. I look forward to our conversations, and the board, I appreciate the text, phone calls, and emails. Not so much as emails, but I appreciate it all. You guys don't know how much it really means to me and my family that you guys checked up on me so much. With that said, the road department went out and plowed roads, salted, and used approximately 100 tons of salt and mix. They patched roads using 12 tons, and they put up water signs. So that's it.
All right, thank you.
And did anybody call Norm, find out how his knee surgery went?
Went well, but from what I'm hearing, but it's gonna be a couple weeks of rehabilitation.
But I didn't get a chance to call him.
Norm Ashley isn't here yet, surgery yesterday, right?
Today.
Public participation, we'll start on our left, front to back. Anybody on the left side?
Art Williams, 409 Bishop Road. I was curious, though, where do we get the water from for the Mahoney River? Does that come from the spillway of Lake Milton?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, my question is,
Berlin and Lake Milton.
they about flooded people out of Meadowbrook again this last time it rained. Why do they do that? Because Lake Milton is down like 15 feet of water. So why do they flood these people down? To me, that's inconsiderate of why they do that.
The reason why we get the flooding down there, they have a winter setting and a summer setting with how the depth of the water is. If they don't let water out of that dam, it's going to be a lot worse when it goes. They have to let water
In the
out.
summertime, that thing is full for them people up Lake Milton to run their boats.
They let water out. They do let water out. You can go on to the, there's a site you can watch the water flow, but it took me a minute to figure out how to read
When I go up there in
it.
the summertime, what water, them people ain't got them docks up there for their boats,
Well, I
that
know.
they can't use it, so it's up all summer.
They still,
I
they
don't
have
care
a
what
summer
they-
set and a winter set, and they have
need
to let
change their
water.
number, because them people down there have been flooded.
Well, that's
too
something you
often.
have to, you have to get a hold of the Army Corps of
Who
Engineers.
do I contact? Because Mickey's mom lives down there, Eddie, and she's got a beautiful home. And another foot, it would have been in her home. And that lady's 85 years old. And when you go up, this river's flooded, but you go up Lake Milton and there's 15 feet of water that lake is
And
down.
unfortunately,
You mean to tell
we
me they
live
can't slow
downriver.
this water down to control that?
There's only so much they could do. If they don't let water out, the dam will fail, and then we got bigger
I want to
problems.
hear this dam will fail.
That's why they have to let water
Tell
out.
me why. It's down 15 feet now. But if they let it come up, it's gonna fail. But come summertime, it's all the way up full.
I'm not
But the
saying
dam-
if they let it come up, they can have it at a certain height. If it starts coming over the top where they have no control over it, a dam is designed
I
to hold the
built
water
ponds. I know
down, not
why
on
there's-
top.
I know why there's dams, but you ain't gonna tell me, if you go up there right now, the water's down 15 feet.
I'm just telling you what I've been told, when I
Well,
talked
you've
to
been told
them,
wrong, because
and so
that
you
water
can
out
call,
there-
you
okay,
can call the Army
summertime,
Corps
I'm
of
gonna take a
Engineers.
picture. The summertime, I'm gonna take a picture. That lake is gonna be completely full.
I've
for
been
the
up there, I
boaters.
golf up that way.
The
I've
boat, the
seen it.
boaters, the people up there's got boats.
Yep,
That thing was built for control for flooding down here, not for them high class.
and it's not just Lake Milton, it's Berlin.
Berlin is not full
Berlin
either.
fills into Lake Milton,
That's
Lake
right.
Milton comes into us.
Go to Berlin, it's not full.
We're checking into it.
But-
I can tell you that Joey is right on this. We had contact and he did a pretty good job coordinating, real good job coordinating this time. And for the first time, and Joey can, I think he backed me up on this, they kind of let the water out slow for the first time this time.
Yeah, 'cause they
Thank
could've
God
let it
that
out a
they
lot
did.
more.
Yes, because I know what you're asking, and really the answer to that is we'd have to talk and find out exactly why and how this is, and I don't think he knows it, and I don't really know it.
Well, like I said, I built ponds for 20 years and they got their emergency spillways and it's too full. But when it's down like it is now, 15 feet, and they're flooding people down here, when there's still capacity up there, that they can slow that water down, control it, and not put these people's houses underwater. I don't see that's right what they're doing.
I think that's pretty much
I mean,
the
if
sentiment
I
of
gotta go
everybody that
find-
lives on the river. I mean, I live by the river, you know where I live, and I
Yeah.
tell you, I think that's pretty much what we all have been asking for several years,
Well,
so.
okay.
Anybody else on the left side?
My name's Eva Morrow. I live at 319 Rio Boulevard. And Joe, that was you. Thank you for temporarily patching the potholes. But it's like the traffic slows down when we've got the 2-bedroom, 1.5-bath apartment potholes. And then as soon as they get patched, it's like all the through traffic and the traffic for Warren City's housing development, it picks up and they go way past 25 miles an hour. Is there anything that we can post, like a sign out on North Park that says not a through street or something?
Joe, can we put a children possibly playing sign up there, because that usually works?
Yeah.
Because there is children down there, correct?
Yes.
There you go. Can we put
Yeah.
one of them down there, and maybe Benny increase
Yeah.
that patrol a
Do
little
you
bit?
know what time it is normally that they're flying, or is it all time?
All hours.
I was gonna say, we were out there at, I think, 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
What time were we out? By your house?
It was about 8.
Yeah.
You did a
Yeah,
nice
so
job.
it's all the time.
Maybe post something up, Benny, if you would, please.
Yeah.
Get a sign up there.
So,
Hopefully
yeah,
that
we'll
would
put,
help.
I put a sign in your yard? Can I put a sign in your yard? All right.
Do they live towards that, or you went up when you're coming off North Park?
yeah, I'll put some signs out.
Thank you.
Hi, I live on Rio Boulevard, 270, and y'all came out to patch the road, but all that's up and can't you drive down the street? I know we had talked about, been coming to the meeting about blacktopping that whole street. It ain't been blacktop since I was a little kid. I'm 62 years old. And there's no potholes now, they super bad. You know, we either patch it, all that it came up. I can't get out my driveway, big potholes like this. So I wish we could, y'all could do something about it,
What are your
instead of
plans
patching
on
it all
Rio,
the
Joe?
time.
Well, I'd love to at least throw a chip seal on it, but to shut that road down, I mean, that's gonna have to be a major coordinated effort. Because you can't, I mean, there's 60, 80 people that back in that housing development.
Yeah.
What is his road rating on Rio? You remember?
He's 1.
He's
I think
one?
I think Rio's a 1.
We can check into it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, when we went out there and we patched, we put down 6, 12, 18 ton of grindings.
So we just filled the potholes with grinding for the winter.
Yeah, and, I mean, the road's just deteriorating that bad.
Yeah.
Ain't bad.
I mean, it's bad.
So we can fill them with hot patch in the spring?
I mean, yeah, we can go and put asphalt down and grade it out. But that's still gonna, I mean, we're still gonna have to shut the road down.
Yeah, this,
Yeah.
it really need paving.
Yeah.
I wonder if we can get a coordinated effort with the city.
Half side there, right?
No, there's no way. Those ditches are too deep.
What about if we coordinated effort with the city, since that leads back into the city anyway?
Yeah. Talk to Metropolitan Housing and tell them that if you're leaving, you gotta be out by 9 o'clock. And then we'll just have trucks sitting there.
I'm talking about even for the paving.
Yes. Yes.
I think probably do half and half on paving, couldn't they? One side and then the other.
It depends how we put it down. If we put it down with a grader, I mean.
Is that Eddie Colbert's area? Does anyone know?
I'm sorry?
Is that Eddie Colbert's area?
He's
His
safety
ward?
service director.
Because actually, I have a meeting with him the 29th, is it?
He's a safety director.
Would that be one to talk to though?
Maybe.
Because then we got LeBray Schools. You know what, we have a meeting with him on the 29th of this month.
Goes in there.
So let me see if we can get
That's
something on
That's it.
it.
That's it.
And it's not fair for
Wouldn't even
Warren
be safe
Township
to shoulder this.
No, it's not, because
There should be another way.
it's very expensive to pay.
It's a city.
I mean, it's very expensive to pay. Some people thinks it's, you know, we just had a conversation about this. I mean, to give you example, what is it, Joe, for,
I will tell you how much it costs to pay that road.
But our road ain't been paved in 40, 50 years.
oh, there's a lot of roads out here unfortunately like that.
It was, I'm Roy Grubbs, same road. It was chipped some years ago, and the chipping went away when the chipping went away, the gravel and that went away, and it was just holes and holes, and it was bad before that. It was terrible. We came to the meeting. Of course, it's fall. Joe, thank you again.
Yeah, thank you,
He came
Joe.
out and patched it, but, it was just that. It was just a patch job. It was sufficient, bad, but, it helped, at least there was no cars getting broken axles, because there was a few cars that just, they had to call out a tow truck. Their front axles just hit a pothole and their car just stopped. But, of course, in the wintertime, you bring the snow plows down the road and naturally they tear it right back up. So all of those potholes that were previously filled in the fall, they're twice as bad
Right.
now.
Yeah, the plow
And
truck does.
I believe someone came about 2 months ago, probably was Joe, because, he's up and down the road, and they patched it, but when they patched it, there was ice still in the potholes, and we're talking large diameter, deep potholes. And
Yeah, Joe said we just put grindings in to try to get.
Well, that was my second week back, so that would have been, or the second day back, so that would have been like the second year
yeah,
I was up there, yeah.
and all of that's gone. All of that stuff is gone, and it's worse now than it's ever been.
Well, at least try to get it
The
hot
sides of the
patched.
roads are, where drivers are trying to go around potholes and they're going on to the drive, to the grass part of the roads, and now it's tilted over, and it's just a hot mess.
TMHA and see what they got plans.
It's
because maybe they
probably
could
beyond
If they
patching
went back
anymore.
to their
Yeah.
housing project.
I don't even think
She's
patching.
right.
Yeah, we'll at least try to get some hot patch in it for right now and see if we can't get some help from TMHA on maybe on the whole street, but
I'm sorry, would you repeat that?
we'll try to get some hot patch in it as soon as they start rolling it out of the plant. At least that'll get you, till we can get, with TMHA and see
If they would help.
if they'll help with the cost, or, we did pass the road levy, so we're gonna do more paving projects, chip seal.
And, yeah, there has to be something. The buses, school buses come down the road, they're tearing the road. There need to be a sign that, not allow heavy trucks down that road. School buses has no business down that road. They're tearing the road up worse than, there's a lot of cars, don't get me wrong. Cars are tearing it up, and it's not the houses that are on Rio. It's the city is doing
Yeah, I
more
don't think
damage
you
than
can
anything
shut the
else.
school bus down. I
You
don't
can't
think
prevent
that
them
would-
from going down
The
there.
And they're
buses
going
are
down
going
into
down
the housing
Three of us
projects.
used to walk down Rio to the school bus.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, trailer park.
They walk up to the front of the trailer
We
park.
don't do that
It's
anymore.
2 mile hike.
Now the
Back in the day.
kids, they don't have to walk down. I think the high school kids do, but the younger kids don't. The bus comes down there.
But we'll get Joe out, and as soon as they start making some hot patch, at least try to get it passable for right now, and
Work on it.
work on it
Get
from
some
there.
hot patches in.
It'd be about 244,000.
Our cost or total cost?
That'd be total cost.
So even if we was to even look at going, I mean, it's a lot, that's a lot.
And that's just gingerbread. That's not digging down, and that's putting 2 inches down.
You know, we need something done.
Yeah.
We pay our taxes, everything.
I've never had a road.
Never had a road.
Yeah.
But the thing is, in the housing development, there's more people than in
Right.
Warren Township's road.
That's what I'm saying. Most of that traffic that's going down that road is going to that housing development.
Yes, and it's Warren Township that is consistently stepping up and fixing that road, and Warren City is sitting back and letting them.
I mean, the city does own that. Norm did check into it. City does own, if you come straight out of the housing development, they own straight south.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe a combination of all three, we can get something done.
Yeah.
My church's parking lot's being repaved, and that's $110,000, and that's not even a big parking lot. So I
It's
can
quite
imagine,
expensive, yeah.
it would take that much money to fix it.
$250,000, what he figures on a lake shop.
Yeah.
Well, at least we have one road.
Right.
Yep.
At least, in like 60 years, that's a long time not to have a road paved.
It's been more than 60 years.
More than 60, yeah.
Anybody else on the left? Right side, front to back? Anybody on the right side? Anybody on the Facebook?
We got a lot of people asking about road repair. Basically, I can just group them together if you'd like.
Yep.
So basically, Miller Street, Valley, 7th and Howard, Peerless, and Carmel. All talking about either potholes or other road deterioration problems. That was multiple people.
What was the last one, Greg?
Carl.
Carl Street?
Yep. So
What
it was
about
Peerless.
Miller?
What?
What about Miller?
One patch on road, 1 mile of potholes.
There's 2 sinkholes that are starting to open up on Miller again from the water department's repairs.
Is that near the end, the
Yeah.
intersection?
7th Howard is on the list for chip seal, but that's all pending when the city's gonna do the water lines over there. Bain, there's a water leak. Miller, there's another water leak. Dover, there's a water leak. And all those potholes over there are because the water's coming up. So,
And the city's in the process of replacing those water lines, is what Joe's talking
as
about.
soon
so-
as they get money from OPWC, that they're gonna cut the road and replace the lines.
They were approved for their project, so.
Yeah.
so. Then you could actually patch those roads up and make it whole.
Peerless, we're gonna have to, when the asphalt plant opens back up, we're actually gonna put asphalt down at the end, dig it out, and put a new base in, and then get it prepped for chip seal. And that'll probably be 23. And Mr. Road,
Carl was the last one,
which part of Carl?
1500 block.
East or west of Todd? I'm not from around here.
I would assume. Let me check real quick.
I think that's east of,
That's
East.
yeah, I think.
west.
Ed?
West.
Yeah, that's west of it.
West.
Is it west?
Yeah, it's the
It's
west
west.
end.
That's right there.
It's right after you turn around and come on your, that is pretty bad.
Yeah,
It's real bad.
yeah.
Got any plans
one now.
No. Gotta wait for the plant to open up. When the plant opens up, I mean, right now, everyone's at a standstill with, when it comes to asphalt. I mean, emulsions went up 45% from where it was last year, so everyone's trying to wait the game out.
Well, as of right now, you can't buy blacktop hot patch, right?
No. And it's
So right now, what we're
cold
putting-
mix is even still,
What we're putting in the
Slowing
holes
down.
right now is cold mix that isn't made for temporary repair, it's made for, to get you through until the plant opens back up.
yeah.
Anything else there?
Got quite a few more. This one is from Paulette Love, 489 Bishop, asking if the police blotter from the police department will be in the Tribune as well.
I think Danny emails it. Did he get it to you?
I'll check.
Yeah. Yeah, he usually sets it out.
Sean Shook at 201 Rio, asking if it's possible to divert traffic down Douglas on the Warren City Road instead.
There's no road that connects.
Yeah, they don't connect there, so they're even possible.
They said they're asking. He's asking about like if anything about that property through the land bank. I don't.
What,
not
making a
sure.
road?
It says the land bank owns the property there that could cut through probably. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a part that Norm looked into, but I mean.
Cut a road is
I mean, you're
quite expensive.
You're you're probably about $500,000 to do that.
Eleanor Huff, 665 Kaiser, asking about cleaning out the ditches before the flooding out of the spring rains.
She's on the list.
She's on the list. And 3980 Woodside Drive, Chris Fellinger, Fellenger. Clean up this Brookside Park area. Is that just for like the park behind the fire station? What was that specifying?
That was just for the park behind the fire station, but if he wants to get some people together to do all of it, we'll do it the same day.
What time do you plan on doing that? Start
We try to usually do that right around noon.
on noon?
Yeah, I mean, we're open any time, but we haven't set it yet, but I know in the past years, we set like 12 o'clock.
I'll try and make it, it's a bit of a drive for me to get there.
Yeah, it's, you better start early.
Can you also specify the date and time again, roughly?
May 14th,
May
Saturday, May 14th.
Okay.
If you can get them, it'd be greatly appreciated, any help we can get.
Mona Stehura, and it's 587 North Levitt. When will spring cleanup be?
May 9th through the 13th.
Okay.
And we're only doing pickup 2 days,
What days are they?
Monday and Tuesday. Everybody north of Market is Monday, everybody south of Market is Tuesday.
Once you say that loud enough so they can hear you.
Stand up, get on the camera with that.
Spring cleanup will be the 9th through the 13th. We're only doing a 2-day pickup. Everybody north of Market is Monday, everybody south of Market is Tuesday.
And
then
that's for
we'll be-
senior citizens, correct?
That's for
Yeah,
senior
you
citizens. Everything else
Qualify that.
will be, we're doing 3 days here.
And if you want senior citizen pickup, you need to call 330-898-6188.
Nope. Everybody north is Monday, everybody south is Tuesday.
So anybody can just put their garbage out, you don't
Yep.
want them on the list?
Nope. It takes 3 of us to keep a list and keep it going. We miss somebody, so everybody north of Market is Monday, everybody south is Tuesday.
What if somebody on, puts their garbage out at 9 o'clock and you missed it, one already went by? We just gonna leave it there, or we gonna go back for it?
We're gonna do Monday north, Tuesday south.
Greg,
Anybody who is a
we
senior
advertise the
citizen
crap
that would
out
like
of
to
that
have
on the sign and
pickup.
Yep,
stuff.
we'll do that.
I mean, especially on this,
We'll post it wherever we need.
yeah, thank you.
just make sure,
WK.
just email me the
I
specifications.
got you.
Our tech here is gonna put that on there, so, because that is something new, so really, that's gotta be put out there, because I know that I got.
Yeah, I think we're better just to do the same thing we've always done and have them call when you get on a schedule.
That's what.
Also, last one is from Chuck Parker. Brookside area streets, what are the plans moving forward with those streets in the township?
I'm sorry.
The Brookside area streets, what are the plans moving forward for that area of the township?
The township as a whole.
No,
What's the
township as a
plans
whole.
moving forward? I know,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken, the tax base will be $211,000 approximately per year.
That's-
And one street, $240,000.
That's
So
right.
that spreads mighty thin, so just looking at the long term, what's the plan?
I submitted a proposal to the trustees this month for approximately 50 miles of chip seal to get done. I know that's not the most favorable resurfacing, but it's what we can afford right now, and trying to get ahead of the, getting ahead of the road conditions is going to be a very uphill battle. And I don't want to waste your money. So if, it all goes back to pricing right now. It's, if you can get stone, great. If you can get stone delivered, you're flying high. It's just not a good time to do any major construction projects. But I'd really like to try to put in for as many grants as we can to try to get as much asphalt as we can, but we're not high enough on the list. We got turned down for the Anderson Anthony project last month. That's the first time the state ever did this, the stimulus for the townships, and there was 1,100 applicants.
1,124.
And, I mean, that's just, everyone's been caught off guard with everybody scrambling. The big thing that is concerning now to the road department is the House bill that's being debated in Columbus now of the reduction of the gas tax. So if they take that 10 cents that they're proposing off, I mean, we're gonna lose at least $1, if not $1.10 for every 10 gallons of gas. That might not sound like a lot, but you know, you start thinking about when you're at the gas pump, you know, and you get 20 gallons of gas. Same thing goes for diesel fuel. Same, you know, we're gonna start losing money for the roads real fast if that passed. If you know, so where do we go? You know, does some of that levy money move into into payroll? You know, that's a Cheryl thing. You know, where does that money go that the road levy passed? And since that was operations and road improvements, where do we go from here?
Well, that's temporary, right? The gas tax thing, they're gonna temporary because of fuel hikes.
3 years.
They're gonna do it for 3 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, 3 years in our 10-year levy.
Rob Peter, Ray Paul.
Yep. That's 100% it. So.
And that's not a solution.
No, it's not a solution.
That's right.
But I want to get the roads up, the roads that I can salvage and get at least 10 more years out of, that don't see a lot of heavy traffic. Those are first, and then moving into the harder traveled roads to try to save as much as I can. for
We understand
paper.
every road can't be fixed immediately.
No.
It's gotta be a long-term plan.
Yeah.
And you just start picking away at it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I still have,
there's a lot of patience.
I still have that plan over in the office that I had to do for the trustees. Everybody's welcome to it, to go through it and look and see. I mean, it details out roads and equipment. I mean, it's just not one or the other, it's both.
We're putting everything we possibly can, because that's why we asked the residents for the levy. So we are going to put, as a board, we're gonna put everything we can into the roads. So, I mean, all this other stuff that he's saying is true, but, you know, people were thinking that we're not gonna do anything. We're gonna do something as much as we possibly can with that money in there. The unfortunate thing, talked to Gary Schaefer today, and since Youngstown put on their tax, the OPWC chances for Trumbull counties went down quite a bit. So the OPWC projects that normally in Trumbull County could be hurt by all the road tax that Youngstown implemented over there. So that's going to even make it tougher to get an OPWC grant. So there's a lot against us, but at the same time, we're not going to save the money. We're going to put whatever we can back into our roads, because we can tell just by what everyone's comments are, our roads are not good in a lot of places.
Follow-up question in relation to the spring cleanup that you were talking about on the 12th? 14th? 14th. Where do you want the people to meet at?
Right here at the administration.
Okay.
Because if we have enough people, we'll divide them up, half at the community center, half at Brookside Park.
And then Bradley Gamelin, 3029 Parkman Road Northwest. Does Warren Township cover Brain Street? And yes, I'm thinking about the conditions on the road near Maine. Bain and Maine.
Bain and Maine, there's a water leak on Bain. And the city knows all about all the water leaks.
Debbie Roth, 3170 West Avenue Northwest. Any discussions about the injunction on the dam issue? Would this allow any time for the community and opportunity to explore any and all avenues to ensure that the best interests of the community are at the forefront? Any public hearings available on the removal? Any studies that have been conducted and septic issues pertaining to that removal, and any other information on studies with it?
So far, we have got, the flyers are out, letters for most of the residents in the Meadowbrook area for the study of the sewer project. The county is saying they are going to put a sewer project in finally for the Meadowbrook allotment from Market Street to Parkman Road and bore the river for Gilmore Road, the community center, that area. Originally, it was also slated to go across 422 to Huntington and Levitt Drive. That does not look like that is part of the plan at this point, but maybe stage 5. Dam removal, we have heard nothing about. As far as an injunction, we've had some discussion of it. No decision's been made as a board. What else did she have there?
Just talking about any environmental studies conducted on the area that would be affected by removal.
I think that would be an Eastgate, but they are telling us to have water studies done already 10 years ago and currently, if I do remember correctly.
And then the last question out of that part was about related to septic concerns.
Yes, we were very concerned as a board for the health and safety of our residents if the dam comes out without the sewer being installed before that happens, because a lot of that development does drain right directly into the river. We're going to shut down the Facebook in about a minute. Got any more questions?
Oh, she was talking about the septic issues were connected to the dam removal, not necessarily the sewer project in relation to that concern.
I think what she's saying goes together, right?
Yeah, I think the two go hand in hand. If the dam is coming out, then it has to be sewered before that would happen, in the board's opinion.
Bradley from earlier asking about with the spring cleanup, are all 5 days or are they just the first 2 days? We'll post that.
All 5 are going to be cleanup that can come into the township, or is it just the first 2 days? Just pick
There'll
up?
be somebody here all 5 days.
All 5 days are available. All right, thanks everybody on the Facebook, but we're going to shut down the questions for that.
Can I ask one question?
Yes, sir, Mr. Williams.
We're worried about taking the dam out up here for the sewer. That's only gonna affect the people on that side of the dam. When they take Summit Street out, which you're supposed to take out first, that's gonna affect the people from Lewisburg down, all the sewage there. What do we do with that in the meantime?
You'd have to clarify that for me.
They're gonna take the dam out of
Summit
Summit
Street's
Street.
coming out.
That's gonna drop the water level here in Lewisburg, from
Correct.
here all the way down. What about the sewers coming out from here down around the horseshoe and all the way down?
Correct.
Until that sewer gets in, we're gonna smell all that when they take the Summit Street dam out?
Yes, we would like to, I mean, our goal would be that the sewer lines are in before either dam would come out.
Because I heard Summit Street was supposed to be coming out fairly soon.
Well, I don't know that anybody's earmarked anything for a date yet, but yeah, they say ours is gonna come out soon as well, so that's,
But I mean, I know we're considered about the sewer when they take ours out, but what about when they take Summit Street out?
Right.
We're gonna have it down in our area.
as long as our dam's still there, we should still push enough water to, if someone
The
would
pipes
come
will be out,
down.
they'll be out of the.
Oh, I'm not disputing that, but if we'd still have enough volume of water behind our dam to push it into Warren.
Okay.
But once ours goes down, the flow is gonna also, you know, unless they open up more of the lakes to push more water our way, then I think we're looking at just a very, not real deep river at that point.
Right, right.
Very narrow street.
One more and then we're gonna shut her down.
Okay, can you tell me what day y'all come to pick up the garbage and stuff? That's what you want to know, right? Yeah, spring, clean up.
You guys are south of Market?
No, north, Monday.
Monday?
We'll be there Monday.
This Monday coming up?
No, May 9th.
May 9th. Put it on my calendar. Thank you.
All right, we're gonna go to new business. We have resolution XX0322 to approve a permanent appropriation for the fiscal year 2022, and copy is on file in the fiscal office.
Motion,
Second.
Mrs. Anderson?
yes.
Mr. Anthony?
Yes.
Mr. Yoho? Yes. Resolution XX0322 to reemploy Robert A. Danko as part-time cemetery caretaker and groundskeeper effective April 4, 2022 at a rate of $11.75 per hour. This position is seasonable and part-time with an approximate ending date of October 31st, 2022.
Motion,
Second.
Mrs. Anderson?
yes.
Mr. Anthony?
Yes.
Mr. Yoho, yes. Resolution XX0322 to reemploy Thomas A. Stevie as Johnson Community Center groundskeeper effective April 15th, 2022 at a rate of $9.25 per month. This position is seasonal and part-time with an approximate ending date of November 15th, 2022.
Motion,
Second.
Mrs. Anderson?
yes.
Mr. Anthony?
Yes.
Mr. Yoho, yes. Resolution XX0322 to accept the resignation of Jarrett L. Geisinger from the Warren Township Police Department as a reserve officer effective March 2nd, 2022.
Motion,
Second.
Mrs. Anderson?
yes.
Mr. Anthony?
Yes.
Mr. Yoho, yes. Resolution XX0322 to accept the resignation of Benjamin J. Epizito from the Warren Township Police Department as a part-time patrolman effective March 21st, 2022.
Motion,
Second.
Mrs. Anderson?
yes.
Mr. Anthony?
Yes.
Mr. Yoho, yes. Resolution XX0322 per ORC 3926.86, fire loss claims to return the funds in the amount of $2,226.21 to Dennis Davis upon receipt of a proof the building or other structures located in Warren Township at 315 7th Street Southwest, Warren, Ohio 44485, have been repaired, removed, or secured.
Motion,
Second.
Mrs. Anderson?
yes.
Mr. Anthony?
Yes.
Mr. Yoho, yes. Resolution XX0322, effective April 2nd, 2022. All non-collective bargaining part-time employees in the Warren Township EMS Duty Crew Program will be paid at a rate of $12 per hour for basic EMTs, $12 an hour for intermediate EMTs, and $14 an hour for paramedic EMTs. To work at the discretion of the Board of Trustees, part-time EMS employees will earn a rate of time and 1/2 their current hourly rate for working Thanksgiving, Christmas, or when transporting Trumbull Correctional Institution COVID-19 patients to the Ohio State University Medical Center in Columbus. Firefighter credentials are not a requirement for personnel hired into the EMS duty crew program.
Motion.
Second.
Mrs. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Anthony?
Yes.
Mr. Yoho? Yes. Resolution XX0322 to adopt Warren Township's no smoking policy 22-001, effective April 2nd, 2022, in compliance with Ohio's smoke-free workplace law.
Motion.
Second.
Mrs. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Yoho? Mr. Anthony?
Yes.
Yes, sorry. Resolution XX0322, whereas RC 309.09 authorizes the Board of Trustees to retain the services of additional legal counsel, and whereas consistent with the revised code, the Board of Trustees hereby determines it's necessary to have additional legal counsel to advise them on legal matters. Now therefore, it is hereby resolved by the Board that pursuant to RC 309.09, Tanya J. Rogers and the firm of Baker Duplicar are hereby engaged as additional legal counsel for the Board. Compensation is fixed at an hourly rate of $140 per hour for the work on behalf of the township.
Motion.
Second.
Mrs. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Anthony?
Yes.
Mr. Yoho? Yes. Any more business? There being no further business to come before the board, motion to make adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
Mrs. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Anthony?
Yes.
Mr. Yoho? Yes.